A heartwarming story, The Little Farmer Prince. This is a lovely and touching story about a little prince who wants to do things his own way. It shows how children think and feel, and how parents can learn to understand them better. In the story, the queen feels the prince should not play the drum, but the king stays calm and lets the prince explore. Later, both parents become more caring and start to understand their son's feelings. The story teaches us that with love, patience, and smart thinking, even a stubborn child can become happy and kind. It's a wonderful story for kids and parents to enjoy together. Subscribe for more fun and heartwarming stories that make you think and smile. All rights reserved. The Little Farmer Prince by Mukhtar Ahmad. This story takes place long ago, when a king ruled over a prosperous kingdom. He had a 6-year-old son, Prince Shami. Prince Shami adored his father, but like most children, his affection was stronger during the day. At night, he clung to his mother, Queen Husn Bano. She would feed him, help him into his night clothes, and then lie down beside him, telling him bedtime stories of birds and sparrows. He always fell asleep while listening to her soft voice. One day, the king had to travel to a neighboring country on official business. As he prepared to leave, Prince Shami insisted on going with him. The king loved his son dearly, and the prince's insistence made him uneasy. Noticing his concern, Queen Husn Bano laughed and said, "Don't worry. I'll handle the prince. Our little one isn't stubborn, only naughty children are stubborn." "Mother dear, I'm not being stubborn," Shami protested. "I just want to go with father." "That may be," the queen replied gently, "but what about your studies? Won't your tutors wonder where you've gone?" "Then send the tutors with us. I'll study there too," he said cheerfully. "But think about this," the queen continued, "if you and your father both leave, I'll be all alone. What if a ghost or witch comes at night?" She paused. "Besides, the spring festival has begun. This year, thanks to God's blessings, the crops have flourished. Farmers from across the kingdom will come to celebrate. There will be games, animal shows, giant swings, and acrobats performing daring tricks. Horses and camels will dance to the beat of drums. Just imagine how fun that will be." Prince Shami's eyes lit up. It was the first time he had heard of dancing horses and camels. He turned to his father and said, "Father dear, you go on your journey. I'll stay here with mother. What if a ghost comes at night?" The king laughed at this innocent excuse, realizing that the prince had changed his mind because of the festival. "Son dear, stay close to your mother. There will be a large crowd, don't get lost." With that, the king departed with his ministers and soldiers. A few days later, Queen Husn Bano took the prince to the festival. It was set in a vast field, alive with people. Street vendors sold food and drinks, while women in flowing village skirts sold wooden and clay toys. Prince Shami was thrilled. He leaned close to the queen and whispered, "It's good we didn't go with father." She smiled. At one spot, drummers in yellow clothes and red turbans beat huge drums with thick sticks. The sound fascinated the prince. He asked the coachman, "What is that loud thing?" "That's called a dhol," the coachman replied. "It's made of shisham wood and buffalo hide, played with bamboo sticks during celebrations." The prince listened with wonder. That night, he told his mother, "I want a big drum. I'll play it just like those men did." "You're a royal prince," said the queen gently. "Princes don't play drums. What will people say?" "We'll just tell them not to think that way," Shami insisted. "Please get me a drum tomorrow." He soon fell asleep. In the morning, the queen had forgotten about the drum, but the prince had not. When she refused again, he cried. She scolded him, but her harsh words made him fall silent, and soon he developed a high fever. The queen summoned royal physicians. They said, "The prince is distressed. Until his wish is fulfilled, medicine won't help." The queen spent a sleepless night in worry. At dawn, the palace buzzed, "The king has returned." Queen Husn Bano rushed to the window. The king entered and, seeing her face, asked, "What's wrong?" She explained everything. The king smiled and went to the prince's bedside. "When I was his age, I was stubborn too," he said. "But look, I turned out fine." The prince opened his eyes at the sound of his father's voice and smiled. The king called for a guard. "Bring the leather trunk from my luggage." Soon, a servant placed the trunk on the table. "Prince," said the king, "once you see what's inside, you'll feel much better." Shami sat up. His eyes sparkled with hope. The queen added, "Now promise you won't insist on the drum again." But as soon as she said the word drum, the prince turned away, sulking. The king smiled and opened the trunk. "Dham dhama dham dham," came the sound. The prince turned around in surprise. The king was holding a big, colorful drum with a strap. Shami leapt out of bed with joy. The queen was speechless, and the king enjoyed the moment. "There's more," the king said, showing a farmer's outfit, white pajamas, a yellow kurta, a pink waistcoat, a light blue turban, and gold-embroidered slippers. The king explained, "At the festival in our friend's kingdom, his son dressed as a joyful farmer and beat a drum. We loved the idea and decided to dress our prince the same." The king also said he disguised himself every year as laborers, merchants, even sweepers, to celebrate with the people. "It brings joy to all." The queen was moved. "I feared what people would say. But mingling with one's people is a beautiful idea." The next day, the royal family went to the fair. The prince, dressed as a farmer, was hidden in the carriage until the minister announced, "Here comes a farmer whose crops have flourished and whose heart overflows with joy." Prince Shami stepped out to cheers and applause. A group of drummers passed by, and he joined them, beating his drum with glee. Just as they were about to leave, the prince noticed a young man standing nearby with a charming little foal. The foal was so beautiful that the prince couldn't take his eyes off it. The young man stepped forward and said, "His Royal Highness, isn't this foal lovely? If you give me your drum, I'll gladly trade it for the foal." To be honest, the prince had already grown a bit weary of the drum. The strap was chafing his neck, and the constant pounding had made his ears ring. Suddenly, the drum didn't seem so wonderful anymore, while the bright-eyed foal looked absolutely delightful. He turned to the queen and asked eagerly, "Mother dear, may I trade my drum for this beautiful little foal?" "Of course," said the queen. The prince handed over the drum and took the foal, returning to the palace full of joy. Once there, he brought the foal into the garden and began to play with it. In that short time, the foal had already grown fond of him. Prince Shami would run away quickly and signal the foal to come to him, and it would gallop right up to him. The king and queen were watching all this from the window of their chamber. The king said to the queen, "You see, by using a little wisdom, we managed to distract the prince from that drum. It was we who sent the young man with the foal." The queen smiled and replied, "I was truly worried about the prince's obsession with that drum. Thank God your cleverness worked." The king said, "My queen, children at this age often have strange whims. Parents must deal with such situations with patience and wisdom. Anger and harshness are not the right approach. Didn't you see how deeply the prince was affected by such a small matter? He even fell ill because of it, though it was a minor issue. The queen said with a hint of remorse, "It was my fault. Had I handled the situation gently, the prince wouldn't have become ill out of stubbornness. If a child's insistence is harmless, there's no harm in giving in." Just then, they heard the prince laughing. Peeking out the window, they saw him racing the foal from one corner of the garden to the other. Though the foal was running swiftly, Prince Shami was faster and had won the race. Watching this cheerful scene, both the king and queen began to smile as well.